imagine discovering that the love of your life was confirmed through a deliberate, introspective getaway. Sounds romantic, doesn't it? But here's where it gets controversial. What if testing a relationship with a trial run actually reveals deeper truths about commitment and family dynamics? Dive into RichardMadeley's heartfelt confession about how a 2-week solo adventure in Greece solidified his belief that Judy Finnigan was truly the one, and explore why some might argue that such deliberate pauses are essential, while others see them as unnecessary hurdles in modern romance. RichardMadeley and Judy Finnigan have built an enduring partnership spanning nearly 4 decades, starting from their chance encounter at Granada Television in Manchester. Over the years, they've shared the spotlight as co-presenters, launched their own successful talk show, and raised a family together. Yet, Richard recently opened up on the On the Mend podcast hosted by Busted star Matt Willis, revealing a pivotal moment before their 1986 wedding, a 2-week self-imposed test that proved Judy was his perfect match. On Good Morning Britain, Richard explained that this journey was crucial, especially considering he was stepping into the role of stepfather to Judy's twin sons, Dan and Tom, from her prior marriage. Judy and I collaborated professionally for ages before we ever entertained the idea of romance, Richard shared with Matt. Her top priority was always her boys. They came before anything else in her decisions. When our feelings started to blossom and we cautiously discussed building a future, she made it clear, "You've got to accept that I'm a package deal. Me, Tom, and Dan." To ensure he was truly ready, Richard embarked on a solo trip to Greece for 2 weeks, not rushing into assurances like, "Sure, being a stepdad will be no big deal." He wanted genuine certainty. So he spent those days lounging on the beach, deeply reflecting on his emotions and the implications for their future. And this introspection brought him peace. He felt completely at ease with the idea. But here's the part most people miss. The test didn't stop there. To validate his feelings, they all, Richard, Judy, Tom, and Dan, took a week's holiday together in a rented cottage in Cornwall. It was like a mini family trial run, and it went splendidly. They laughed, bonded, and created cherished memories, effectively cementing Richard's conviction. This thoughtful approach highlights how important it is for beginners in blended families to consider emotional readiness. For instance, think about how step-parenting can introduce unique challenges, like navigating existing loyalties or establishing new routines, which Richard wisely addressed by giving himself space to ponder. You may also like Judy Finnigan and RichardMadeley, pictured with rarely seen grandchild RichardMadeley and Judy Finnigan's £12 million property portfolio. RichardMadeley's revelation about role as stepdad to ultra-private stepsons, Shutterstock. Judy Finnigan and RichardMadeley's love story. Their journey began in Manchester at Granada Television and has lasted almost 40 years. They became icons as the original hosts of This Morning, then ventured into their own evening talk show from 2001 to 2009. In 1986, they welcomed their son Jack, got married that same year, and now Jack is reportedly working in talent management, happily married to Izzy. Fans got a peek into their world in 2021 when Jack's sister Chloe posted Instagram photos from their wedding. Copyright Chris Radburn, PA Images, Getty. A year later, in 1987, they had their daughter Chloe, who at 38 is more publicly recognizable through her TV appearances and social media fame, boasting over 280,000 Instagram followers. From 2018 to 2023, Chloe was married to rugby player James Haskell. And outside the spotlight, she thrives as a personal trainer and fitness instructor. Richard also embraces his role as stepfather to Tom's and Dan's twins from Judy's first marriage to David Henshaw, showing how blended families can thrive with patience and genuine effort. Now, isn't it intriguing how Richard's test challenges traditional views of love at first sight? Some might say it's overly cautious, potentially stalling natural chemistry, while others praise it as a smart way to avoid future regrets in complex family setups. What do you think? Should everyone put their relationships through such trials, or is it better to dive in and adapt? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree or disagree.